What's up,
Hello,
everybody?
everybody.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the stream. Tonight, we're going to be talking about WWE Smackdown. I'm MJ Hat. Over there is our other host, Buddha,
What up?
and
What up?
we're getting into it. So, yeah, I screwed that all to hell. You want to give us open up?
So we are coming to you with this is the Rev X Wrestling Review. Tonight is 6/6, and this is WWE SmackDown. It is the go home show for Money in the Bank, which is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And there's actually a lot to unpack tonight. It was a very solid event, five
There is.
matches, a lot of builds for tomorrow night. Not just for Money in the Bank, however, but for Worlds Collide, which will take place tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then we'll get like a pre-show, and then we'll get Money in the Bank, and then we'll get a post-show. So it's basically like any other WWE show. But tonight we are in Bakersville, California. Tomorrow night we will be in LA, if I remember correctly. And again, guys, go home show for Money in the Bank. So with that being said, start us off, cuz.
All right, so let's see. First thing I wanted to bring up before we get into SmackDown is we need to talk about what kind of went down on Raw.
Okay.
Well, we had Stephanie Becker. She won in her Raw debut in her Money in the Bank qualifier match, and that was beautiful. It was Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile, and a lot of people thought Liv Morgan was going to pick up that dub,
Including you.
but yeah, including me.
Mhm.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. But we ended up on the Stephanie Becker team, and let's just say I think Money in the Bank's going to be like super interesting because of this. There was some other stuff that went on. El Grande Americano won against CM Punk and AJ Styles to secure his and the final spot in the Money in the Bank. And
What's up, bro?
then we had a couple of things that went on
Work
outside
away,
of
29.
programming this week.
Mhm.
We heard from a
Yeah.
reliable source that SmackDown is going to 3 hours till September. Now that's
Unfortunate.
crazy in my opinion. Absolutely unfortunate. They struggle to put on 3 hour shows.
I agree.
But here we are. This is what they've decided to do. USA Network wants to keep them rolling. So hey, whatever. There were also some of the other big news this week was we had some terminations. I'm sure everybody's heard about R-Truth. The crowd is hot about
Oh yeah.
Truth,
Oh yeah.
which we'll get into later. Carlito is also gone. You may have noticed he wasn't on Raw. They weren't terminated, but their contracts have expired. Also, Sarah Logan, she's gone as well, or Valhalla, whatever you want to call her, Sarah Logan.
Last part you would have known she was known as Valhalla with the War Raiders.
Yeah, she's not really been on TV for a while anyway. So that one I kind of get.
She had another baby. They have
Yeah,
two
okay.
boys now. Like, damn.
I agree. They shouldn't have canned her that way. I think
I
it's
agree.
But nevertheless, that was all. Oh, and Mariah May debuted in NXT this
And
week.
for those of you who don't know who Mariah May is, the best thing I can really tell you is go look up AEW Mariah May. She is a wonderful wrestler. I feel as though she's going to take NXT by storm. Very glad to see her. Can't wait to see what they actually do with her though, because they just gave her a little, like what, 2-minute promo basically, and then
she was in the crowd too. It wasn't like she was in the ring. I don't think.
No, she was up in the little. She was up in the little poditorium thing that they put up, like when they want like a single star to come up there and make a name for themselves. Basically, that's where they put them,
right?
And that's what she got.
Right.
All right, so let's get the show opened up, guys. So show opens with Rollins and his group coming down to the ring. Rollins basically saying that if he gets Money in the Bank, he's going to be in absolute power, and there's nobody that in the match or that's in WWE that can stop him. So this brings out Solo and his group, and Solo basically says, well, if you don't think anybody can stop you, we're standing here. One thing that I will give Rollins like God on credit for is his line when he said, "Well, we need a new nickname for Jacob. Oh, we'll call him Solo's bitch." Oh, I lost it
Yeah,
there, guys.
that was absolutely hilarious.
That was great. But nothing actually did happen between those six men. Ended up that Rollins and his group took off out the ring, and just as soon as that happened, we had Jimmy Uso come in and attack JC Mateo, which set up the first match of the night, being that it was Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo. Feel as though they just kind of threw this together, try to get something really going there. Didn't really work in their favor as Mateo ended up taking the loss in this match after being ran into. I'm sorry, he ran into Jacob Fatu, rolled back into a roll up victory pin. Jimmy Uso picks up actually I feel as though a good victory going into Money in the Bank.
Absolutely.
Even though he's not a part of Money in the Bank, I feel as though that's a momentum booster for him going forward.
Yeah, man. Actually, I agree. I think there's some. I don't know, man. I don't see Solo or JC Mateo, or I don't see them as top tier, and it really kind of just pushes it. You know what I'm saying? Not my thing.
I'm gonna agree to
I
disagree.
did
I
think it.
think. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
feel as though Solo could be a top star if they gave him the opportunity. He's got a great build.
Okay.
He's got good mic skills. Not really anything wrong. And before I say anything else, let me go ahead and put a plug in. Hat just put it in the chat for the Discord, guys. We are on what's called a stage. We are doing
Yep,
this as like a full podcast. However, if you'd like to join, please do. And if you want to say something in the in the stream right now that we are doing, just ask to say something. We'll get you in, let you
absolutely.
say what you'd like to say, and then probably get you out because we do this as like a
We
podcast
take
thing.
people. So if you want to come talk to us about your opinion and broadcast it to the world, we're listening.
We
So
we are
come on.
listening. So, and we we envy hearing what you have to say about this. Everybody has their own opinion, so I'm always interested to see what somebody else has to say. But with that, we'll let
Right?
Hat get into match two, which was very small. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it was the Bakersfield Brawl with Piper Niven and what's Zelina Vega. Sorry, couldn't remember her name for a second. Um, this was actually not that bad of a match. There was a lot of high end spots. Um, Piper Niven, she took some big bumps, but I'm going to say one thing: I am not a fan of the product placement on the table. I think that's a little bit too much.
And guys, for
Just a
context, he's
smidge.
talking about the Slim Jim stickers sitting on the damn table.
Man, it was just awful. It was awful. Why would you do that? I the Wings should have had the advertisements. Okay, that's what they've been doing. But instead, the canvas was labeled WWE, which is cool too. I don't mind that.
He's not
I
wrong.
think that's cool.
He is not wrong,
However,
guys.
let me get into it. Piper made her way to the ring, and we got a commercial break. And then Zelina Vega got the win after interference from Julia. Julia actually came out to help her, and then boom.
Destroyed her.
Yes. Yeah, basically. That was pretty much the end of the match. Chelsea Green is livid though, man. They've got her playing this gimmick and the American champion or whatever it is, Miss the Hervis and all that. I think the gimmick's retarded. I'm sorry, I do.
But it works.
Well, if you say so, man. I
I
guess it
mean,
is over.
like it
It is
is
over.
over. Like Chelsea wasn't getting any kind of exposure until she started this, and she plays this. I'm sorry. Like I agree that it's not the
Chelsea does a
best,
good job.
but damn, she plays a good character in this. All of them do, for
Chelsea
that matter.
herself
Like
Chelsea herself does a good job, but Piper Niven and Alba Fire, I mean, they can play the role, but they could do better. They could do better.
I do
Just my
want
opinion.
to I do want to call out a spot in this match that I thought was absolutely awesome, and that would have been the
Go
Super
ahead.
Code Red. off the middle, but of course they call it the top. But off the middle, I thought Piper took that great. Like it was so good, guys, that my wife seriously thought that Piper got hurt on it. Like it was
Yeah,
great. It
man.
was great transition. It was great selling from Piper. Do what? Oh yeah, her nose looked flat after that for sure. But guys, a solid match. Zelina picks up the win. We get a small Alistair Black video package talking about the fact that, in a way, LA Knight's spot in Money in the Bank halfway belongs to him, which is not wrong because he did hit Black Mass.
Sure.
LA Knight comes out to do a promo before their match starts and says, "Hey, it was a triple threat. I did what I had to do in order to get the victory. Sorry about your luck." I'm sorry. I kind of agree with Not on that. He done what he was supposed to
Yep.
do. He took advantage of
Yep.
a spot that he could, picked up a quick victory, got himself in Money in the Bank. Alistair's right to be pissed off, but LA's right to do what he did. It's a dog eat dog when you're in a triple threat match. You got to take any opportunity you can get. So getting into that match, we get a promo from LA before the match, talking shit about Black, but also talking shit about the fact that he is going into Money in the Bank and he's going to win it. And that was a lot of tonight's episode, guys. Everybody
Yeah.
at some point in time basically laid their claim to Money in the Bank tomorrow night, which is what they should be doing on a go home show. Uh,
Absolutely.
we got
Absolutely.
a very solid match out of this. A lot of quick pace, very good transition. It would have been even better, but Seth Rollins and his group interfere, take out LA Knight. Aleister Black comes in to stop second stomp from Seth Rollins. He pays for his trouble with via Braun Breaker getting him with a nice spear, and then he still ends up taking that second stomp and a tsunami. So like
Yep.
Seth's point tonight, and it comes later in the show as we'll discuss more. Seth's point tonight is to eliminate anybody and everybody he can from Money in the Bank tomorrow night to give himself a better opportunity to get that title.
Can you blame him?
No,
Can you
no, I
blame
mean
him?
it's really a smart idea. If you can take somebody
Yeah.
out, which I'm sure if they do that, there's at least, I'm going to say 2, 3, 4 competitors waiting to fill a slot if need be. I,
Absolutely.
I feel as though
Absolutely.
Aleister Black is probably one of those. I feel as though
Yeah.
CM Punk would be one of those. I still feel as
Absolutely.
though CM Punk will have something to do with tomorrow night.
Listen,
Don't
if
believe me?
somebody
Tune
ends
in
up
tomorrow
getting
night to find
if
out.
yeah, right? If somebody ends up getting hurt and replaced, the guy who replaced whoever is going to be the winner. But right now, this moment today, my pick for Money in the Bank is Seth freaking Rollins. Just saying.
All right, we'll get into that a little
Anyway,
more later, but make sure that you hold on to that.
yeah, speaking of title opportunities, let's
Yes,
talk about the next announcement from Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They both appeared on screen together on SmackDown, which is a rare occurrence, by the way. You don't see the two general managers together, like
agreed.
ever. They announced the return of the King and Queen of the Ring. Now, this is a tournament for anyone who doesn't know. Any real WWE fan should know. But let's break it down for those who don't. This is a tournament which has 16 competitors, okay, if my math is right. And this
Uh,
goes all the way down. Go ahead.
no, continue. Yeah, 16 competitors.
This, there's going to be like 8 from Raw,
Mm-hmm.
8 from SmackDown.
Yep.
Once we get to the semifinals, there will be interpromotional matches. You'll see Raw versus SmackDown people,
Oh yeah.
depending on who wins, of course. Then the finals are going to be held at Night of Champions. And this is for the men and women. So we've got 2 different tournaments to track.
So we
Okay?
got
That
32
alone,
superstars being
yeah, that
being men
alone,
and women. That is exciting.
it's exciting. Yeah,
Like you're
that's the
gonna have
exact word I was going
veterans.
to use.
You're gonna have new. You're gonna have returning. I feel. I'm sure at some point in time somebody's got to return. But you're gonna have 16
Here,
men, 16
here's the
women
catch.
vying for these, and it's awesome.
Here's the catch. I didn't say this part, and this is the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
The winners of the tournament, the king and queen of the ring, get a title shot of their respective brands, which is new. They didn't have that before. You
Right.
just had the title king of the ring, queen of the ring.
Right.
I can remember King Booker and Nia Jax and Queen Flair. That's where the queen gimmick come from. Like that's the whole premise behind Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
I mean, the King of the Ring is a huge tournament, and I am super excited to see who's going to come out on top. So,
I will
sorry, I get a
say,
little.
no, you're good. You're good. I love the excitement. I will say though that it is you and you expressed it, which is awesome. But it is their respected show. Now, I will say that the reason I feel as though they do this, Money in the Bank is a guaranteed contract for any title, regardless of
Yeah,
which way you want to go. The Royal Rumble again is a guaranteed title match, whatever champion you pick. So the fact that they
yeah.
actually have something that's kind of solidified, if you win on this brand, you have to go for this title. I'm all behind.
Isn't that great?
I feel as though we need one more. Okay, I feel as though we do
Yeah.
need one more, and it needs to be the same way. We need to have two that's anyway, and we need to have two that are specific. Have one for Raw, one for SmackDown. Separate them out. But I really feel as though you
This
can do that and be strong with it.
this guarantees that two WWE main championships, men's, women's, world, whatever, is going to be on the line at SummerSlam.
Which takes
So,
place in Riyadh.
yeah, that's the kicker, man. They're
Yeah,
actually going to have. You know what? I don't want to get into that. I don't want to push too far, but it's
it,
going to be exciting.
it is exciting. It is exciting. Now, with the fact of saying everything about the King and the Queen, we automatically get a Jade Cargill interview, and she claims that she's going to be Queen of the Ring, go on to do everything that you just listed. Charlotte says no, there's only room for one Queen of the Ring, and Tiffy comes
Right?
out and says, "Well, both of you can have fun with that because it's Tiffy time."
That's right. It's Tiffy time.
So
Uh,
we go to another commercial. We'll say the number at the end of the show, but we go to another commercial. We come back from commercial. We get a Legado del Fantasma Vignette for Worlds Collide, which takes place tomorrow, as we discussed. We also get
yep.
a backstage interview with Chad Gable and American Made. We also get Penta coming in and Andrade coming in, and it ends up making a match between the Creed brothers and Penta and Andrade for later on in the night.
Yep.
So after that, we get Tiffy coming to the ring. She does a promo on the future Mrs. Money in the Bank, telling them, "Hey, I've been in your shoes. I've done what you're going to do. However, I'm the one looking now, and I know how this goes. So whoever might want to go after the other one and not come after me because I got y'all's number." This brings Rhea
Right.
down to the ring, and she says basically that she never has won the Money in the Bank because she's never really had to. She's been champion every time Money in the Banks came in, so she's never had
That's
to worry
fact.
about that, and that is fact. That is fact. It's what 2 years in a row that she's been champion at that current time. She's not. Well, sorry, let me rephrase myself there. She's either been champion or she's been injured. Let me
Or
make sure to stress that because I think last year, as a matter of fact, she was injured and Liv Morgan was the one making a name for herself. So
pretty sure.
let's put that out there. So anyway, she lays claim to it. Stephanie Barracuda's music hits. She comes out. We get another commercial, and then we come back from the break. We actually get into the. It's a six-woman tag team match. You have Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Alexa Bliss, the faces, so to speak, taking on the heels of Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Naomi. This was a very quick, fast-paced match.
Yeah.
We got at least a 30-second skit from all women involved to get themselves over.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
match, we get Perez going to tag in Naomi. Naomi just drops off the ropes. She's like, "Nah, I'm done with you." And
Yeah. She says no. Fuck about you.
Perez turns into a a flurry of offense from all the faces, real quick, ending in a riptide from Rhea Ripley for the 1, 2, 3. Faces take the victory tonight. And again, it was a go home match just to get some
Yeah,
ratings. Although I feel as though they probably did get some ratings out of that match.
yeah, and man, listen, that match in particular was awesome. All the faces got good spots. All the heels got good spots. Like everybody went back and forth. It wasn't like somebody dominated the whole time. Everybody had their chance to shine and do their taunts and move sets and whatever. It was really smooth. Those kind of matches are nice. Did we have just to clarify, because I think we only have one more match. We didn't have any DQs tonight, did we? Or yeah, we did. We did. Never
Yeah,
mind. We
the
did.
tag team match with Penta and Andrade, I think was it?
Seth Rollins. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was.
Was it
It was.
interference? No. They won before the interference because Penta hit the Mexican Destroyer. We haven't got
You're
that
right.
far yet. I
You're
think
right.
that's actually the main event. Sorry, guys, we just kind of ruined that shit for you.
Sorry, we'll get there. We'll get there. Next up, though, was a promo for Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes for tomorrow. Then we got Solo talking to JC Mateo. Says that Fatu is all gas, no brakes. And then Jacob
No, no,
comes
no,
around the
no, no,
corner.
no. All gas, no brains. Not no brakes. He says no
Oh,
brains.
oh, I'm
Like
sorry, I
he's
misread that.
talking
My bad.
shit. He's talking shit about
Yeah.
Fatu.
So
And
here comes the breakup story. That's what we've been waiting for Jacob Fatu. He's going to end up breaking off of the bloodline, which is good for him. He needs to cut that line,
I
man.
agree.
He's cut it. So anyway, you want to carry us on there, man?
All right, brother. So
I got twisted.
let's we get the solo part. We get a little bit unky. We get an Uncle Howdy interview, and he's basically talking about destroying the tag team division. Says that they've been watching from the shadows, and now they're back, and they're ready to take over. In the back, we see that the rest of the tag team division is there, just kind of like, except for the Street Profits. The Street Profits are like, okay, if they want it, they can get the smoke. Fraxium's like, nah, we're undefeated. Feel as though we should be the ones to do it. And all the while, DIY is just like, yeah, y'all go ahead. We ain't touching that shit.
Yeah, yeah, they were chicken shit as fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But is what it is. After that, we got the rundown for Worlds Collide tomorrow at 3 on YouTube. And then we also got the rundown for the Money in the Bank matches, which I guess we can go through right here.
Am I reading this right? I know I typed this out, but am I reading this right? There's only 4 fucking matches tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand that because
there might be more.
I feel as though they'll give the Money in the Bank, both men's and women's Money in the Bank. I feel as though they get a solid 25, 30 minutes. Now, I will say that I'm going to include entrances in that. So if you get 6 entrances, let's say that takes 10 minutes of the match in general. So I say they get about 20 minutes playtime in the match, but I feel as though like 30-minute cap, maybe 35 on both men's and women's, like each. So like that's going to take a little over an hour, and then you got a tag team match, and you got the women's intercontinental title match, which is Lyra versus Becky. I don't see that one being too terribly long. Actually, as a matter of fact, I say Becky's probably going to take that tomorrow. Call me off if it turns out to be off, but I feel as though like I don't think they'd keep working this if they wouldn't give it to Becky. And I feel as though that Lyra is only surviving because Becky is really carrying her right now. I'm sorry to say that. Lyra on her own is just not it.
Give me just a second. I'm double checking that.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go ahead and get into the last match since we kind of already spoiled it for everybody, and that was Penta and Andrade versus the Creed Bros. This was actually a great match, and I do want to get into this for a minute. You and I both had a conversation about this during the show. The Creed brothers are underutilized and far too damn good to be in the situation they are now. You could put the
I
tag
think
team
being teamed up
titles
with,
on them, not a problem. I bet they could run with
I think it,
those sky high.
I think being teamed up with Chad Gable is the worst thing that they can do for their careers right
And
now.
same thing
They
with
should
Ivy
be
Nile.
breaking away. Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely. She is phenomenal. She could be good, but they're using her as a jobber. And man, come on.
Chad does
Come
not
on.
need a group. Like Alpha Academy
No.
failed because
No.
of Chad Gable. If Otis would have like broke away faster, I feel as though look, I like Otis. I'm a big guy. Y'all can see that in the camera. I'm a bigger guy. So I have much love for big guys in wrestling, okay? KO,
You're not that big.
Otis, Braun Strowman, even though he was built, he's a big guy. There's nothing wrong with
You're
that.
not
There's
you're not
when I
that
was
big,
in my
bro.
wrestling prime and like the peak of my career, I could do any flip that any one of them in there could do without thinking
Yeah.
twice about it. I was crazy as hell. Trust me. Don't believe me?
Yeah.
The
You
videos are
were.
on YouTube. I promise you. But like,
The man went through a
I have a
table
much
on
love for
fire
that.
with last night.
Exactly. But I have much love for big guys in wrestling. I feel as though KO is probably the only one that's gotten the best break out of big guys. I'm going to say that. And I'm not saying
I
that
agree.
rude towards anybody else. KO took the ball that he got and he ran with it, and damn, did he do good.
Absolutely.
I hope he gets better,
Absolutely.
and I hope what I hear is not correct, and I hope he
Yeah.
actually does come back and have at least another couple of good years. But I have heard through sources that he's not sure if he's going to come back or not. If not,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man,
I
that's
heard
going
he
to
was
crush me
done.
because I'm a big KO fan. Always have been, always will
I
be.
know you are. Yeah, you went on for KO since he was in NXT. I remember.
Oh, fuck.
You
I've went for KO since I seen his ass in Indies as Kevin Steen. Okay, that
yeah.
boy just always impressed me to be a big guy because it was like KO's younger. Well, I think like about the same age, but like I went through a lot of backyard wrestling. Okay, KO's went through a lot of
Right.
indies, but our move sets and stuff like that were so like synonymous with one
Similar.
another. It was fucking crazy. So I've always had
No,
much love for KO. KO, if you ever see this, I know we're little, but if you ever see this, just know, brother, I love you. Big guy to big guy, you've been an inspiration for a long time, man. I appreciate you.
nothing but respect, man. Nothing but
Nothing but
respect.
respect, exactly. But getting into
See
this fifth
that?
match, guys, this was probably the most aggravating one of the night because all four of these guys were having a hell of a match, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins and his group have to make a way in. Now they did get the victory off before Seth Rollins and his group made their way in, and Penta got a nice Canadian destroyer, but Mexican destroyer off on the bigger of them. I
Yeah.
can't remember Brutus and
I always
fuck.
get him
What is his
confused.
name?
It's
Julius.
oh
Julius is his
god.
name. There we
Yeah.
go. So Julius took the Mexican destroyer, took the 3 count. Penta and Andrade take the win, and then Seth Rollins and his goons get out there. And something you said earlier that caught my eye: the Shield aura of
Anna?
them coming into the
Yes.
ring, man. Oh, like that was solid to watch. But you know that he's not the first one to do that, right? Moxley
Of
and his
course.
group, the
Of
Death
course.
Riders, they've done that a few times in AEW, and it's just as suspenseful to watch,
Yeah.
regardless of where you're watching it at. Doesn't matter who does it, but it's the suspense of knowing that you watched that when it was like in fruition and starting. Like
Yeah.
we watched the Shield
Yeah.
from their inception to their dismemberment to their regain to the dismemberment
Yep.
again to Dean Ambrose
Yep.
leaving fucking
Yep.
Seth becoming the architect, Roman becoming the fucking god. We've watched all that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
to see those little snippets of like past glory auras come to come to fruition, it's so cool to see, guys.
You're not wrong, man. It's actually I know I said it, but I was thinking in my head, man, where's Roman? Where's Roman? Because I honestly, in the back of my mind, and I know he's probably not going to appear until SummerSlam, I was thinking, Roman's coming. Oh my God, this is going to be great. Look at them. They're acting like the Shield. No, no. And of course, it didn't happen. So you know,
If
it is what
Roman
it is.
comes, okay, and it's not SummerSlam, it's tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
night.
You reckon?
The reason I say that is there was so much build on Seth Rollins' promo tonight with Roman about Roman Reigns. Sorry,
Yeah.
that I can see Rollins just fucking completely obliterating everybody else tomorrow. But between Rollins and his groupies, I can see that
Okay.
happening. I can see Rollins going to climb the ladder, almost being there, and all you hear is dun dun dun, and the crowd goes fucking
Do,
wild, and here comes Roman.
do you think that we have interference tomorrow
Oh
during
yeah,
the Money in the Bank match?
oh
I do
yeah,
too. I mean, it have
hands
to, right?
down. I see it more from Roman's lackeys. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, Based on
So
everybody
that's
else in
like,
that match, that like uh, maybe a spot or two from JC Mateo to help Solo.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe Jacob Fatu fucking over Solo tomorrow night. That could happen.
maybe.
Like I'm kind of waiting
I
on.
mean,
I'm excited. Like tomorrow's gonna be
we'll
solid.
be back tomorrow to talk about it. So make sure you guys tune in and don't forget to hit those little buttons underneath us, okay? That helps out a lot.
But before we end this show, I guess we have to talk about the stupid uh, ending promo for the night. So Seth Rollins and his group is still in the ring after they went to another commercial. Heyman, and I've said this a million times and I will continue to say this, Heyman on a mic is a fucking god. Okay?
Yes, he is.
There's nobody in the history. I'm sorry, you can argue with me this all you want. This is my full-fledged opinion. There's nobody in history that can upsell somebody the way that Paul Heyman can. And it's not just the fact he's done it with Seth Rollins. He done it with Roman Reigns. He done it with Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar. He done it with CM Punk. He done it with fucking,
yeah,
and you all might not remember him, and that's okay if you don't. But Michael McGillicuddy / Curtis Axel.
yep.
If y'all don't remember him,
True.
again, I completely understand. It's Kurt Hennig's son. He didn't really have the
Yeah,
greatest career. He was a good Intercontinental Champion. I'll give him that.
yeah, but
He
he didn't pop.
he
He
didn't
didn't
get
pop.
to that superstardom level that a lot of them did. But doesn't matter who Heyman's paired with, he will make sure by the time his promo time is over with, that motherfucker that he is promoting is God by the time it's done with.
Yes,
Okay?
he has some of the best quotes in
Oh my.
wrestling history.
Oh my.
So
Like,
I'm right there with you, bro. Paul Heyman is a microphone genius.
but
Absolutely.
he's talking his shit. He's telling everybody that it's going to be Rollins that takes Money in the Bank tomorrow night. And all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes' music hits. He comes out. They
Yep.
stand face to face. Jey Uso's music hits. As he's making his
Yep.
way to the ring, Rollins comes over and says something to Rhodes. You can see it on camera. I don't know if it was actually supposed to be because like they were kind of like giggling about it or whatever. But Rollins
Yeah.
and his crew leave. Rhodes and Usos in the ring. John
Yeah.
Cena's music hit. He comes out after a very generic promo from Rhodes and Uso. Cena
Yeah, it
comes
was kind
out.
of generic, wasn't it?
He goes to have himself gloated and introduced in the GOAT 17 matter. All of a sudden, Logan Paul attacks from behind, knocks out Jey Uso. Cena hits Rhodes with the title. Then they get off a couple of their specials. Logan Paul does one of the most beautiful frog splashes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got
God,
shades of RVD with that, doesn't he?
like, shit.
Oh,
He hit that. And I don't know if you caught it or not, but, like, he was so excited to get the first one off that he slipped and
yeah,
made it back to the second rope, then jumped up to the top
yeah,
and still hit that frog splash beautifully.
yeah. I
But
seen him.
it goes on
Listen,
with Cena saying, "Oh, I'm the last real champion. Paul's going to be your next WWE face and the world heavyweight champion." If that happens, guys, I'm sorry, but we're going to enter a very dark time. Logan Paul does
it
not
will
need to
be.
be heavyweight champion. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Listen,
Do not do that.
he is good, okay, but he's not championship good. Not yet.
Not
He will be.
not main
He will
event.
be.
championship material.
Not yet.
He done solid with the U.S. title. I'm not going to take anything away from the guy. He did do solid with it.
Yeah,
I don't like Logan
you're
Paul.
not wrong.
Everybody that watches this knows I don't like Logan Paul, but I do give credit where credit's due. He done great
Yeah,
with the
he's an
title.
excellent performer.
He's got very for somebody that's only been in the business for what, like 4 years. He's got
Yeah,
some very, very smart wrestling sense. He's got some very, very smart ring sense to know where he's supposed to be in the ring. Go back and watch his match with Rey Mysterio where he won the title. Mysterio comes off the middle rope for his patented little backflip splash thing,
yeah,
misfires. Logan catches him
yeah,
before he hits face first on the ground and still able to turn that around into a move. Like, that was
yeah.
impressive. But it's not
It
enough to
was.
say, oh, he can carry this organization for the next 5 years. The man's not going to do it. And I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. He's got so much on his plate right now. He's a new father. I think 6 to 9 months
Yeah, he
old,
is.
maybe somewhere in that
He
area. six
is.
to nine months old. He's got prom,
Very much so.
which is going absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful for him. He's an interpreter, or I'm sorry, not an interpreter, but an entrepreneur in so many different things. His web show does great. What in the fuck is that? What? Oh, I think that's actually YouTube.
yeah.
Oh, that one is.
It is.
Uh,
Keep going.
but
Keep going.
as far as it goes, the man is perfect for business, not
Yeah,
professional wrestling.
agreed.
Some of these guys have been doing this for 15, 20 plus years. They deserve
Yeah,
more opportunity than a self-made YouTube star. And again, not taking anything away from it. I'm not a YouTube star, so I have no room to talk shit. But when you're getting into a business that is so hard to actually like fully break into, there's a point where it feels like somebody that's been doing it for so long is just getting kicked in the gut by somebody that's made theirself as a YouTube star. That's my opinion on it.
so
Again, if y'all like it, hey, leave us a like on the video. Make sure you comment underneath and let us know. If you don't like it, again, make sure you comment below. Again, this is personal opinion. I have my own opinion. I'm not a big Logan Paul fan. However, the person on the other camera is a huge Logan Paul fan. He'll tell you
I
this
think he's an awesome
exact
wrestler.
opposite of what I just said. So
I will. He's
it's
an
a good
excellent
way to
performer. He
clash.
knows how to do the work. He knows how to do the work. He can get up there with the greats,
Mhm.
but he is not ready. And this is me saying this, okay? I am a Logan Paul fan. He is not ready for that title. Not yet. Not yet.
If you
He's not
want to
main
do
event
something
status. I'm
good with
sorry.
him, if you want to do something good with him, build him up and let him win the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
Let him
That's the way to do it.
win at WrestleMania and take a title and see what he can do for a year, because that seems to be the growing criteria anymore. Is you win
Yep.
at WrestleMania, you basically hold it the year. Well, no, I guess I can't really say that because oh no, I guess I really can say that because Rhodes held it from WrestleMania to WrestleMania. Jey
Yes, he did.
Uso's been champion since WrestleMania, even though, granted, we're only
He won't make it the year.
like 2 months,
He,
not even
he
two
won't make it the
months.
year, though.
I agree with that. I don't think he'll make it a full year's champion. Somebody's gonna come through and
I don't.
destroy him. I'm not
Well,
sure who yet.
speaking of title changes, okay, let's talk about tomorrow's card. All right. We've got 4 matches, as we discussed earlier. And I would like to go through and do predictions, if you don't mind. Can
Sure
we
thing.
do that together?
Absolutely.
Um, so, first match we're going to talk about tomorrow, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, with the stipulation being if Becky Lynch loses, she can never challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again. If
Is
Becky
that
wins,
as long as
Lyra,
Lyra holds the title or permanently?
that's not clear. That's not clear. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if Becky wins, Lyra has to raise her hand. This is what they've agreed to. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Becky Lynch is going to walk out of there tomorrow with that title.
Got no argument for me.
Okay.
I said that
All right.
earlier. You got no argument for me.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because
That,
she has already put Lyra Valkyria over.
yeah, yeah. So like, there's really nothing to gain from this for Lyra.
No,
Like she's already
no.
beat her. She can say, "Okay, I've beat the best. I beat the man, so to speak." Becky needs this. Like, and
Yeah, she does, because
I hate to say
if she
it like
doesn't get
that.
it,
If she
her
doesn't get it,
character's
yes,
dwindling.
she's going into obscurity, and I really don't want that for Becky Lynch. She's too big
No, because
of a
she's
mainstay player to just be shot and shot under the rug, so to speak, and just tossed away.
So let's talk about women's Money in the Bank. It's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss versus Stephanie McCurr, Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Naomi.
Okay,
Who
so
you picking?
I'm gonna tell you who is not winning. First of all, okay, I got a few different storylines in my head. I don't care to elaborate on them for a second,
Please,
but I'm gonna
please.
say that Julia, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss have no chance of winning the titles tomorrow, or no chance of winning Money
Shame,
in the Bank.
shame, 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 shame,
Okay,
shame, 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 shame.
now I feel Rhea can win it because she's never won it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't think she's ever been in Money in the Bank. So first time in,
No.
first time win, they could go that route. Okay, Rhea really don't need it. Sadly, as bad as I hate to say this, she's kind of going stale.
Yeah.
But this could be a very good way to rejuvenate her career. Move on to the second one, Stephanie Vaquera.
Uh-huh.
This one's kind of a toss up for me. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
think that if they're trying to push some NXT star as strongly as possible, she's the one with the best momentum because she came from NXT freshly, just losing the women's championship to WWE.
Right.
Won the first match was Money in the Bank qualifier match, goes to Money in the Bank to win that, and takes the title that way to
True.
basically keep that momentum going. However, the one I want to see the most, and again, personal opinion, guys, is Roxanne Perez. The reason I say
Okay.
that simply is this. They've already kind of started sweetening it with the Judgment Day shit. Okay?
Yeah.
So, my thought on this is they go a few different ways. I'm going to go over
Okay.
three right quick. One,
Okay.
Perez wins, and instead of like pushing the Judgment Day further and further and further, they just basically say Roxanne Perez wants to challenge for EO's title, let's say, win that title and just become a full-fledged member of the Judgment Day, basically taking the spot of Rhea or Liv for that matter, and then a whole jealousy thing coming along and dissension within the Judgment Day. Each one of these guys
Yeah.
is dissension within the Judgment Day because they're writing the story to make the dissension further and further increase. Two,
Yeah.
she wins. She's got the Money in the Bank. Somehow or another, Liv convinces her to either A, wrestle her for that or just give it to her in general. I don't see that one actually taking place, but it is one that's kind of there. Three being that Liv comes out and actually helps her. It's kind of been a ploy the whole time. Everything's
Yeah.
good. They have said that they're going to try to kick Dominic out at some point,
Yeah.
but then it could be her getting the case, getting the title, and Dom leaving Liv for Roxanne. They've kind of already started this, guys. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Dom
I like,
is
I like
like
chicken nuggets.
Jesus Christ,
I like
dude.
chicken nuggets.
Dom is like the pimp of WWE. Okay, like that's what they're portraying his
Even with
character to
that,
be. He's.
even with that mustache,
I
man,
hate to
he's
say this. I hate to say this. Okay, but he is the male version of a gold digger. Think about it. Think about it. The whole
you're
gold digger song going after the money and stuff like that. Well, instead of going after money and stuff like that, he's chasing championships.
That's true. That's
And if
true.
and if a girl being Liv, being Rhea, being Roxanne now, shows interest in him and gives him chicken nuggets, he's automatically like a damn dead pup, or I'm sorry, like a slut puppy,
Oh yeah.
right? Like,
I mean, somebody had to keep Dom company while Liv was shooting the movie. So you know.
but anyway,
Let me
guys,
just go ahead and say,
yeah, go right
because
ahead.
I haven't said yet my pick. I think they're going to give it to Rhea Ripley, but who I want to win it, and you're going to disagree with me because you don't think she's going to be around, Alexa Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to pick up the women's title, and go with the Wyatt Six. I think that's the start into a dark storyline. I would like to see a dark summer from SmackDown.
I feel a dark
saying.
storyline there. Okay, I do agree with you on the dark storyline, but I don't think Alexa needs the Money in the Bank or a title for that matter to get to that point. We've discussed this actually, I believe, on the review before. But I would like to see
Probably.
Alexa team back up with Nikki and them take the women's titles. I would love to see
That's
that.
not a bad shout.
Because Alexa and Nikki were great as a tag team. Great as a tag team.
It's not a bad shout. It's a really good idea that you got there. But that's just who I'm picking. Rhea Ripley's who I think's going to win. I want Alexa to win.
Okay, so I'm going to say I agree with you. I think Rhea's going to win. I want Roxanne to win.
Good deal.
So we agreed to disagree there, and that's fair. That's opinionated, guys.
That's what this is about. And again, if you guys have something to say, you're more than welcome to come up on the stage. Just raise your hand. I'll put you up here. You can come talk to us. We'll discuss your opinion right here live on stream.
And if you don't want to do that, guys,
join the Discord.
Put it in the chat right here. We're live right now. We got a fire chat going. Please do us a favor. Light that chat up. Tell us, hey, what do you think of this? Or hey, this is my opinion of this. I'll read it off for you, just to be nice, like just to help you out. I don't care a bit to do that. Now let's go into the next match since we are doing this prediction thing. So the next match we'll speak about. We won't do the Money in the Bank yet. We'll leave that as the main event because I feel as though that should be the main event. But let's go with Cena, Paul, Rhodes, Uso. Who do you take?
Honestly, Cena and Paul.
Okay, give me just about a 30-second snippet as to why.
Okay, so Cody Rhodes hasn't really been back. This is what, his first match back?
This will be his first match back, yes.
Ooh. Never mind. I retract that.
Yeah, I kind of figured when you said that. I was fucking waiting on that. But
for some reason I thought he'd done wrestling, but I guess not.
No, but you just said right there in that little 30-second snippet exactly what I was going to say. I don't see them letting Rhodes lose back to back. I don't see
if he does lose, it'll be because Jay got pinned. Like Cody won't take the pin if he does lose.
See, okay,
I'll say that.
Let me throw something at you, and you tell me what you think. Okay.
Okay.
I see Uso taking the pin tomorrow, or like receiving the pin tomorrow for a Rhodes turn.
What?
Yeah, I see that face. Look, Rhodes plays a fucking great heel. I don't know if y'all have ever watched his indie matches and stuff like that, because he's really played a lot of face when he's been on TV. But his heel work, oh God.
I know he does. I know he does. However, Rhodes is going to be the man to take the title off Cena at the end of the year. He cannot turn heel right now.
See, again, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to disagree with you.
I know. Okay.
I think Punk will be the one to take the title off of Cena.
Ooh, that's not a bad shout either.
I mean,
that's not a bad shout at all.
They've got another event coming up in Chicago. Okay, Cena's already been advertised for that event in Chicago. What better way to do that? What better way to do that?
Is there a light bulb above my head?
No, but it sounds good, huh?
Because listen, CM Punk wins King of the Ring.
They got to do
Wins
something with him.
WWE title at SummerSlam.
They got to do something
Wins
with him.
WWE title at SummerSlam.
In Riyadh?
That's how they. That's how they. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait a minute.
I mean, don't get me
I
wrong.
forgot.
I could see that. I would love to see that.
Punk will go over there. Punk will go over there. He has openly said he will not wrestle over in Riyadh. He said that on his Twitter.
Okay.
Promise.
So
So I think if the payday is big enough, he will.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
saying.
he did say Monday, yeah, that it's still all about the money, but now it's about him winning the championship. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Punk
That's
wins
fair.
King of the Ring,
That's fair.
beats Cena for the title. I'm okay with
Yeah.
this. Sorry, I'm okay
Yeah.
with this. All right.
Somebody's got to pull it off of him. If it's not going to be Cody, you're absolutely right. It's going to be Punk.
All right, let's finish
So,
this up and let's go over the Money in the Bank men's match, which is Seth freaking Rollins, Penta, LA Knight, Solo, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Who is your pick?
my pick is actually all right. I'm going to tell you who I think's going to win, and then, like I did with the women, I'm going to tell you who I want to win. Okay?
And I'll do the same. I will do the same.
I think the winner is going to be Seth freaking Rollins. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Tell me.
Seth Rollins is on this mission to save the future of wrestling, right?
Yep.
It's the other way the story can go. John Cena is trying to destroy wrestling.
I like where you're going with this.
And that's probably where the story's going to go.
I like where he's going with that, guys. Like that is that's a very solid outlook. That is a very solid outlook.
Who I want to win?
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at the participants,
yep,
Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, so
Seth Rollins.
I'm going to say who I want to win is Solo Sikoa.
Ooh.
I feel as though.
And how does that play out with the briefcase? How does that play out?
That's the thing. Like, he's got it over anything. He could go for the heavyweight title, sure. But I feel as though if they give it to Solo, then we're going to get a hellacious go between him and Jacob Fatu.
Between Solo and who?
Between him and Jacob Fatu.
Ooh.
So, this is my mindset
I would hate to see the briefcase.
Uh-huh.
I would hate to see the briefcase used on the U.S. title. I got to say that out loud.
I will agree with that. But it does not state that you have to go after a heavyweight title. It says any title. Now, the reason I say that is it's a great way to get Fatu out of the bloodline, and it's a great way to get Solo into a spot to where he can move up the roster. Solo is a hell of a worker. Okay? The fact that he's had to be a lackey 95% of his time, I hate. I don't feel as though he got. Go ahead. You seen tonight?
I've seen tonight that they were dropping in little snippets of stories that are coming, like Jacob over here in Solo and Julia going after Zelina Vega, things like that.
Yeah.
And what that tells me is that they are not going to win. Either one of
them. You know what? Now that I sit and think about that, you are actually probably right on that. Definitely the Julia thing, because, well, she basically made it known where she wants to go. And I'm okay seeing that. Not everybody has to come up and go straight for the heavyweight title, respectively men or women's. Julia going after the U.S. championship, I'm A-okay with that. I think she'll make a hell of a U.S. champion. Zelina Vega, sorry, not doing it for me. Am I happy they gave her a title after 8 years? Sure. But what about Michin? Huh? She been in here the same fucking way. She was one of the mainstays when they started that tournament and everything. And they just overlook her. Like, Tell
You're
me
not
what
wrong.
she doesn't do
Michin's a hell of a worker.
that Zelina Vega
Michin's a hell of a
does.
worker.
You got to
Zelina Vega's
convince me
using
on
the
that
elbow,
because,
man.
like, no, I'm sorry. I think Michin actually more over than Zelina Vega is.
I don't know. I mean, the popularity's there because they put the title on her, or they wouldn't have done that.
And I mean, think about it. Regardless of who you are, okay, regardless of who you are, if they feel
Yeah,
as though they can market you and throw a title
yeah,
on you, you're
yeah.
gonna make some money. Think about it. Seth
Probably.
freaking Rollins gets the title back. Are you shitting me? Every fucking thing Seth Rollins will be sold out at WWE events, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah.
Looking at this list of guys again, uh, I can't
Right.
tell you that
Right.
anybody else. No. I lie. I think. Oh, okay. This is another one of those hit or miss.
Are you going to do the storyline I shot you?
LA Knight.
Oh, okay. Nope. That's not the one.
LA Knight. LA Knight done really good with the
I,
U.S. title for what he had. I feel as though if they're not going to use him in a higher presence, push him over to Raw and
yeah.
let him go after the IC title.
Yeah.
Because right now, I love Dominic Mysterio. I'm a big Dom fan. However,
Yes, you are.
they're not doing anything with him. Like they had AJ
Not right
Styles going
now.
after him, and then that just kind of disappeared. So, like, I
Yeah.
mean, hell, you want me to really throw something at you? Put Karrion Kross facing Dominic Mysterio.
There you go.
Let
That's
that
what they
fucking
should have
happen.
done with Money in the
My
Bank.
God, dude. Karrion Kross would be a hell of a champion. I don't give a fuck what title you give him. Give him one. See what he does with it.
Right.
Some of the best
Right.
vignettes you ever see are fucking coming. Some of the best promos you ever see are fucking coming. The man is built. Okay? Don't believe me? Watch some of his videos. Watch him break a baseball bat with his fucking legs. Go ahead, watch that.
Can I
I
tell you what
wouldn't
I
try.
heard?
I wouldn't do that.
This is not confirmed, okay, by any means, but I heard his contract's coming up.
Mm-hmm. And we'll
I
see what
don't
they
know
do.
that they're going to renew it.
I don't know,
I
man.
hope they
He's
do.
pushing some money for him right now. He has sold
Terry
out
Cross is a hell
every.
of a wrestler,
He has sold out
but
every event, merchandise wise, since they put his shit out. He has sold out
right,
every fucking event. The man is
you're not
money.
wrong.
I don't know what they're waiting on with him. I do not know. Like he has the perfect build of a star wrestler.
Yeah, he
Hair,
doesn't get any TV time.
chest,
And
arms, build in general, attire is everything you want for a champion type run.
yeah,
They just don't
I agree.
utilize it. I don't understand it, guys.
I,
If
I
you
agree.
like feel as though there's something we need to know, hit us up in those comments.
Yeah, please.
Tell us what we
Let
might
us
be
know your
missing because
opinion.
honestly and truthfully, hey, I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah, I like hearing other people's ideas. I like hearing what you have to say. So please feel free to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to us down below. Follow us on Twitch. We're here. Join our Discord server. Come up on the stage and talk to us. We are here for that. That's what we want. We want interaction. We want to build a community around wrestling. That's
Exactly,
our
guys.
goal.
But with that
So,
being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight with the 6/6 edition of WWE Smackdown. Again, it was the go home show leading into Money in the Bank, and honestly and truthfully, tonight you're going to be kind of
so
shocked on this. I'm going to give this an 8.75
ooh, that's kind of high for you. I was going to say 8, but
for a
yeah,
go
okay.
home
8,
show. I'm not
yeah,
disappointed.
good,
Like they had
good.
somebody basically playing the rule of uh, I'm going to dominate everybody, or at least try to dominate everybody and wipe out anybody I can. Seth Rollins and his group.
Right,
Everybody got a little bit of
right,
talk time tonight, like you said in the
yeah,
6-woman tag match. Everybody got a time to shine. Like that's what we
yeah,
need. This
yeah,
like for 2 weeks in a row, and I'm going to be the first to say it. SmackDown has impressed me being 3 hours long. Do I think they have
yeah.
enough to be able to push till September? Not necessarily. I could stand corrected though. We'll just have to see how everything goes.
Yeah, we'll be here to find out, and you guys can follow the ride right along with us. Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, like he said, I think that's going to pretty much do it for us tonight. We will be back tomorrow, about somewhere after the event ends, probably about 11 p.m. Come up on the stage, talk to us. We'll be reacting to the winners and talking about what we see in the future for the Money in the Bank. And possibly, depending on what happens tomorrow night, we may end up talking about new champions.
A new
So,
champion. Yeah.
with that being said, I'm MJ Hat.
I'm
That's
Buddha
Buddha.
Fine.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
We'll catch you
Later.
on the flip side, guys. Peace out.